Welcome back on this glorious and amazing week. Nice to have you back join us. Why are we anxious? One of the answers are because there's an orange light in our heart and in our soul that is ignored and not understood. What is that orange light? That's a feeling. So let's go back to our original story, the feeling that this person had, which was overwhelming feelings of his financial situation. Don't do what the guy did on the highway to cover the dashboard and to ignore the orange light of gas. What you do is when you feel overwhelmed or whatever your anxiety is, do it with yourself, do it by yourself, do it with a friend, do it with a therapist, do it with a sibling, do it however you feel comfortable. Write down exactly what is bothering you. Identify. Just like when I personally drive and I see the orange light, the first thing I do is identify. In my car it's still kilometers because it was bought in Canada. So identify how many kilometers do I have left on the highway. I identify. And then I take step number 2 is where will I pull off? I see a sign that tells me next gas station is in 5 miles. I am calm, I am relaxed, and I actually do not continue on the highway. I pull off the highway to fill up for gas. So when you have those feelings, you actually write them down, identify, and after you identify, you take action. And what the action will do is the action will take away that orange light that tells you need more gas. That action will tell you you have another 300-400 miles to drive on the highway. That action will actually, if it means to talk with a professional or with a good friend that knows finances, that action will actually remove the orange light at its core, not pretend it's not there, and replace it with alcohol. But we're not talking about addictions here. We're talking about running away from your body and not listening to the most awesome person in the world with all his or hers complexity. So when there is a big emotion or a small emotion, start with once a month because you've never done it in your life. Then go to once a week, then maybe once a day. Write down. Start at one time, maybe with someone else. You don't get terrified of your own emotions. Write down what you're feeling and write down what you could do about it. To me, a feeling is giving you an indication of what actions to take. If you're sad, it's almost like the temperature in the room went down. You don't go into a closet or put on 30 coats and sweaters. You actually put up your temperature. It's an indication to take action. Now, there's certain feelings, and I don't want to get into it because I don't want to spend 3 hours, but there's certain feelings of sadness, for example, that it's okay to sit with the sadness. And actually, it's not like you're it's not like you're warming up the room temperature so you don't have to put on sweaters. It's not like you're running away from sadness to go to happiness. Happens to be that some feelings, and this is complex, it's actually good to be in it and to sit in it. And when you sit in it, they actually dissolve. One of the reasons why we're anxious is because we do not listen to our emotions. One day we'll make a series of how emotions work in great detail. That will be 10 or 20 clips because there's so many detail. I just gave you a tiny little synopsis. Have yourself a wonderful day, and thanks for listening. And always remember, you are way greater than you think you are.